Hey guys, Sifu Mike. So this is something new that we're going to be doing for you guys, and this is our Help at Home series. Now part of what this is us describing a little bit about what each of the testing requirements is and why we do it, because it's not always so obvious. For example, today I'm going to talk about the early Skillz hopping requirement. Not something you would necessarily associate with martial arts, however, something very important to the development of a preschooler. The reason we're kind of doing this is because we have two different extremes of the requests that we get. One is parents that, they want to help, but they're just not really sure what they're really looking to accomplish with their home practice. And the other side is maybe kids that just aren't practicing at all. And this will be a tool that you can use to kind of encourage them, because the kids will respond a little better if you're using kind of the same language that we are in class. Now, if you're wondering why you're way up there looking down on me, it's because behind me I have set out two different sets of obstacles and actually some empty floor space, so I can show you the hopping requirement and talk a little bit about why we do it. So first of all, hopping. Why do we do that? Well, hopping does a couple different things. First of all, it teaches the kids about learning 2, 3, and maybe even 4-stage commands. At 3 or 4 years old, a child is good for a 2-stage command. By telling them a series of takeaways that they're really trying to accomplish, it trains their minds to be able to deal with those multiple levels of instruction and integrating that into the outcome. Second of all, physically, we're really working with the kids to develop their leg muscles and their core. When you hop, it's a slightly different than a big momentum type of jump. It uses a lot of core muscles, glutes, quads. So we're really building them physically. Emotionally, hopping is fun, so we want them to have fun doing it, but also be able to self-regulate that emotion so that they can execute the exact requirement and not get too carried away. So let me show you a little bit about what we're doing. First of all, for beginners at the white belt level, we're just looking for them to be able to hop down the mat. Now, when we hop, and I'm gonna back off camera, you're just going to see my feet. When we hop, we wanna make sure that our takeaways are, first of all, that they are keeping their feet together. That's kind of difficult for kids. Sometimes their different sides of their body are developing different speeds. Sometimes it's just a matter of not having that fine muscle coordination yet, and that's kind of what we're building. Second, we want to make sure that they are keeping their eyes up, not looking down at their feet. We know where their feet are. We want them to make sure they are hopping in a safe direction. And then our third takeaway is actually working on some counting development, something that we try to work into our classes so that when they enter school, they already have that background. So they're going to work on counting to 5. So I'm going to back off the camera and show you what that looks like, or what we're looking for. So we'll have them start in position, making sure they're keeping their feet together, their eyes up, and they're going to do 5 hops down the mat. When they do it, it's very normal for them to take little steps, or for them to start together and land apart, or start together and land separately. We're looking for 5 good hops where they stay, feet together, starting and stopping, not falling over, and being able to count to 5. Once the kids can do this and they graduate to their next belt level, we're actually going to have them do the same 5 hops, but doing it in rings. In the first set of hops, they're learning all about explosive movement, balance, control. By adding the element of the rings, we give them a target on which to focus. Now, they can't just explode through the motion, they have to regulate the amount of action necessary to land inside the target and to keep good balance while doing it. So it's just a little more challenging of an exercise. So we'll have them start in front of the ring, and what tends to happen is in the beginning, they'll stumble out of the ring, or they'll land and kick the rings all over the place. By the end of this belt level, for orange belt, we want them to be able to stay inside the ring, making sure they have really good balance. And then we can have them turn around and go back the other way. Now, once the kids are getting really good at this, at the yellow belt level, we move them on to obstacles. Now, the obstacles we usually use are the Thai pads. They're a little small for me, but I'm gonna see what I can do with my big feet. When we do this, we're using the same thing as the rings with working their targeting, their spatial awareness, and their relationship to the environment around them. But we're adding instability. These pads are a little bit wobbly just by the fact that you're sinking into them and that the pads themselves move. So it really builds their core strength and their vestibular system, which is their sense of balance. So what we'll have them do is they'll start on the pad, and very often they stumble off. So we want them to start up on the pad, making sure they follow all the rules from before, but keep good balance. And then eventually when the kids get really good at this, we see how fast they can go. The kids have a lot of fun with that one. And for them to be able to do all 5 really quickly, making sure they have good balance, good control, and are landing on target, that's actually fairly difficult for a 3 and 4-year-old to do. So how can you practice with them at home? First of all, you can take them outside. We still have probably a couple weeks of good weather, and create, maybe in the driveway with some chalk or in the dirt, some circles or some squares. Give them some targets to hop on. Hop around. It doesn't necessarily have to even be testing material. Have fun hopping. The more fun they're having, the more they're going to learn. And if you really want to practice their balance, similar to how we have the pads, get some pillows. Take them maybe off the couch, maybe not the pillows you're putting your head on. But take some of those couch pillows, put them on the ground, have them practice just standing on one leg, which is actually a basic skills requirement. They could be a little above their stage of development, or hop around the house. Just make sure they're doing it in a safe manner. Hope this helps, and next time we will talk about a different testing requirement and how you can help at home. Have a great day.